This is the Foxx and the Mage podcast. The name of this episode is 2010.
The name of this episode is 2010. You know what that means. Everybody get your iPod touches and go download MapHook.
Hey, iPhones were out by 2010.
I think they were, but I know iPod touches were also still a thing, and they were way more accessible, I think. Because back then, you couldn't have an iPhone unless you were on AT&T. But anyone could get an iPod touch.
Yeah, I know my uncle is always been a huge Apple nerd. He always has he always had the iPod touches and the iPhones when they came out. So I distinctly remember that.
And on those iPod touches, you're probably listening to some of the most influential trailer music ever made.
Yep, that's right. This episode, we are talking about the Black Keys Brothers
and Eminem's Recovery.
Yep, both of these albums came out in 2010. They both have some massive singles on them, and those massive singles you have definitely heard in movies throughout the years, or in trailers, or both.
The trailer part, it was a coincidence, but it is interesting that these are both some trailer music core-ass projects.
Yeah. It's like, between this, the from Inception, the 2010 seems to just be a sort of a sea change year for how movies were advertised.
It was a new decade. The people were tired of the Bush era and its endless pessimism, and they were ready for a new future with flannel, white boys rapping angrily, white boys with guitars and too many pedals, and most importantly, MapHook, the social media site based in Dulles, Virginia.
That's the most important part of all. It's so important I don't even know what it is.
No one does, but it might be still around. It might be a CIA plant. Who knows?
I think MySpace is still around, so that wouldn't surprise me.
Decent.
Like, I know that there's like a substitute that's like similar to MySpace called Space Hay. So.
Space Hay?
Yeah, they even have their own fake version of Tom on your friends list.
Damn. So. Space Hay. Oh, that is insane. I wish trying to come up with something off the hook, but I'm bad at doing that. Yeah. Sometimes
I like the customization. I like when a page lets you just add your own music to it. Like, if you want to be a real douche, just have your page set to automatically play Merzbow.
I think I had a Tumblr and I would set it to play. I think it was like Dream Genie by Lightning Bolts at some point, which that was the most abrasive song I'd ever heard at the time. But if you also had a Tumblr in the early 2010s, you probably filled it with some of the singles we're talking about. So, should we start with the Black Keys?
Oh yeah, I think we should. Right off the bat, before we even get into the songs, we referenced the album cover in the beginning. So I think that's also representative of the time, like back when meta humor was still a novel thing.
Yep, and watching episodes of Community didn't feel like a harbinger of doom.
Yeah, I still need to watch Community.
It's a harbinger of doom. The Russo brothers, they have to be stopped.
Oh, I bet. But yeah, I feel like it can't be overstated. How this album in particular, how much it shook things up for movie trailers. That if you just want the sound for like a bad guy, because one of these songs was in The Bad Guys. Like, if you just want something that, Howlin' for You was in it. Of course it was.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, but yeah. And it makes sense that this blew up the way it did. Like, I feel like I know these guys were around at the same time as the White Stripes, but like the White Stripes were definitely the more popular two while they were around, and they were building up that momentum for an album like this to kick it off in the mainstream.
Yeah, and with the White Stripes, what Jack White did to kind of reintroduce the sound of blues music into the mainstream. The Black Keys, gave that another big push. And, some contemporaries of them were, like Austin City Limit Core bands like Mumford and Sons or Alabama Shakes, or, I like a few Lumineers songs. I like Ho Hey. I'm not too big to admit that. So we really like this kind of mini scene.
My sweet ho.
My sweet ho. So yeah, this is kind of the inception of that scene, which I think the Zoomers are making fun of as like millennial core music.
Yeah, and I will admit I do get it, at least in this instance, because I don't really like this album.
Yeah, not to get ahead of ourselves too much, but it's not great.
Yeah. We'll try to take this track by track, but I'm not going to have much to say about every song. Yeah. It kind of is the same song for 15 songs.
Yeah, there are songs that sound quite like the other songs in both tone and in topic. And, the one thing I will say about this album right off the bat is that if this is the kind of vibe that you're into, if you want a vibe that's just kind of mellow and bluesy, vaguely psychedelic with some crooning-ish vocals, then this delivers that, and pretty competently, but that's all you're getting.
Yeah, also, honestly, this album's also 55 minutes of this. That's also a huge damper on the album for me. That's kind of why I'm willing to say I straight up don't like it instead of just finding it meh.
Yeah, it does demand a lot out of you, and 55 minutes is a lot to listen to something where the best word I could use to describe for it is competent.
Yeah. It's like I'm sure it was maybe it just had to be there. I don't know.
It definitely was a different energy, and I can't imagine, especially if living in, like, what am I going to do? Say that, like, this album sucks, you should listen to Sound and Color. Well, if, this album doesn't exist, then maybe Sound of Color doesn't get recognized as the, modern marvel that it is.
Right,
so,
exactly. Like, this album's influence is all across indie music in the 2010s, and today, even.
So why don't we start with the first track, Everlasting Light, and just kind of, dive into the first of 55 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds good. So, Everlasting Light, also, I'm going to say is I did hear this album once a few years ago, didn't like it back then either. Everlasting Light has a nice, breezy riff, but it also only has one riff. But it is a nice riff.
This is definitely one of those songs where it's like, minute 1, oh, this is nice. Minute 2, oh, this is the same thing. Minute 3, well, that was pleasant. But I hopefully the rest of the song, maybe that was an intro type track, and the rest of the album is a bit more dynamic.
Oh, you sweet, you poor summer child.
It is warm and fuzzy. I will give that.
Yeah. Also, but he sings in falsetto for some reason, and he doesn't do that anywhere else on the album.
And I was listening to this album, the first time I was listening to it, it was in another server with some friends, and one of them had commented that the vocals on this one made it sound like Greta Van Fleet.
I still have never heard Greta Van Fleet, so I can't attest to that.
Yeah, well, they just, and I guess for anyone unfamiliar, the controversy about Greta Van Fleet is that they were accused early in their career of being Led Zeppelin ripoffs, down to mapping Robert Plant's vocal range, and this is, falsetto and bluesy psychedelic. So, I mean, the rest of the album doesn't have any of the falsetto vocals, so it's not going to, but it does, like, I didn't kind of realize how, like, Oh yeah, you like swap one part out of this, and you've got like a Led Zeppelin C tier track.
Yeah, I guess. Like this could be it could be a deep cut on what is it? Led Zeppelin 3.
I mean, and those guys did love, ripping off. Like Greta Van Fleet does get called derivative for ripping off Led Zeppelin, but ironically, Led Zeppelin themselves were one of the most, willing to steal from other artists' acts in history.
I think it's okay to steal from thieves.
Yeah, that's a general guiding principle. And I'm not saying that,
I haven't heard it.
Yeah. And I'm not calling the Black Keys plagiarists or anything, but they're a little derivative. If you've heard blues music before,
I would more call the Black Keys a pastiche.
Well, pastiche is a good way to put it.
Yeah, and also, boy, this song sounds like it was made for a movie.
Yeah, the nice romantic part of a movie where everything's slow and they put a little Vaseline on the camera lens to make it look all dreamlike.
And also, when I first listened to this album, it was work. It was at work. Well, I don't work there anymore. I'm currently jobless, but it was a blue collar job. So an album like this would be fitting for something like that. But it kind of just made me want to go to sleep, even in that setting.
See, I have to imagine, at least with some of the blue-collar people that I know, you would get laughed out if you played an album like this. They would be like, "Where's the Metallica? I want to listen to some fucking Five Finger Death Punch."
It depends on how old they are.
Yeah, but I guess in general, kind of that butt rock type of sound, or at least if it's blues, then a little more. Cojones, like some Stevie Ray Vaughan or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like I live in rural West Virginia. Blues is very much appreciated here.
And I live in Central Texas, where the capital of this state has a Stevie Ray Vaughan statue by the river.
Nice.
He's wearing a poncho. I've been to it.
Nice. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about Everlasting Light.
As do I.
Next up is Next Girl.
Won't be like your ex-girl.
Yep, this is definitely a song called Next Girl, and it's definitely a blues pastiche.
Who won't be like your ex... Yeah, my next girl won't be like my ex-girl. It's a very...
My next girl determines my ex-girl.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, this is a song. At least the vocals are better. I do kind of think Auerbach sounds more pleasant when he goes for something more grounded. But
yeah,
I guess I kind of like the drums on this compared to some of the other songs that just feel like they don't have any energy at all.
Yeah, exactly. That's a fair point. When the drums go off, they do go off on this album. Doesn't happen all the time, but I appreciate it when it does.
And yeah, that's kind of about all I have to say.
Next up is one of the band's biggest songs, "Tighten Up,"
which is an original and not a cover of Archie Bell and the Drills.
Also, so this song has a very novel thing going for it. You know what that thing is?
What is that thing going for it?
It has more than one riff.
Bum, bum, bum. You don't say.
Yeah, also a tempo change. Yeah, I actually really like this song. I do think this is one... I actually have the star. Like, this is a song that I heard quite a bit back in high school when I was going through my when I was discovering more indie music. And yeah, I never sought the urge to check out this album, and I guess that was for good reasons, it turns out. But this song is definitely sticky to my ears.
See, I feel like, and to me, I still can't wrap my fingers around this one and fully embrace it, because it just feels like only a slightly better version of the kind of mellowness that we've gotten so far.
And also it also set a precedent. Well, okay, I guess it didn't set a precedent, but okay, so 2010s indie bands love to whistle, and there's a lot of whistling throughout this song.
Yeah, that there is.
Yeah, I guess this didn't set the precedent. Like, I would say Young Folks by Peter Bjorn and John set that precedent. But, so yeah, this is definitely helping to popularize that.
Wasn't there some fun song that had a lot of whistling?
I think it was Fox for the People.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was Pumped Up Kicks. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why
also
I
from
know why
this year.
I don't know why I was thinking We Are Young or Some Nights at a Whistle Solo for some reason.
Someone at my high school played that at homecoming, because of course they did.
Well, it was invented for high school homecomings.
Yeah, there were a lot of edgelords there. I used to be an edgelord myself. No, I never went that far.
But were you ever young? Did you ever set the world on fire? Did you ever tonight?
Yeah. Tighten up. Also, I forgot to say this about the last few songs, but it's kind of present throughout the entire album. I don't like how this album is mixed. It sounds way too produced for what this band is going for.
Yeah, it definitely can't decide whether it wants to be like rootsy and grounded or psychedelic and vibey. So I think it kind of splits the difference. But and I think this is kind of one of the issues I do have with this album is that the Black Keys are a duo and they sound like a duo in that it feels like something is missing. I don't know if these songs just aren't written with like a two-piece band in mind.
Yeah, they don't, and like the White Stripes is also a duo, but like Jack White is a virtuoso. He knows how to make them sound like he knows how to make the White Stripes sound like more than just a duo.
Yeah, like people are surprised when you tell them that there's no bass guitar in Seven Nation Army.
Oh yeah, exactly. All that guitar work is Jack.
Likewise, there are also plenty of duos like Matt and Kim, MGMT, Lightning Bolts, Death from Above, 1979 that don't sound like a compromised project. It sounds like, the song, they have all the instruments they need. The songs are written for two people in mind. And even though those bands can also get very repetitive and they stick with one vibe as hard as they can, it doesn't feel like the music is lacking for anything.
Yeah.
Whereas when I listen to this, I just feel like the bass guitar was sick that day and decided to record without him anyway.
Yeah, that's a fair point though. I still think it works for this song in particular because at least it has the energy and fluid and okay, it's more fluid than the rest of the album. I will say. So it does have that going for it.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
And also, again, the tempo change at the end, which I love tempo changes, so
it's something.
Yeah. And then we got probably the band's biggest song of their entire career, and the song you have definitely heard in every movie in the past 15 years, "Howlin' for You."
But whose name I just found out about a week ago when I was hearing this for the first time and going, "Oh, that's what that song's called."
I found out when I first listened to this album too. I do not like "Howlin' for You." I actually find it pretty annoying.
I actually liked. Well, a little behind the scenes, but we had to re-record this episode due to some technical difficulties last night when we were first recording it, and I had mentioned that "Howlin' for You" was my favorite song on the album, and Mage was talking about how she thought it was one of the worst songs because of valid reasons. But then after the recording, I listened to "Howlin' for You" like 6 times in a row, and it might be my favorite song on the whole episode. So
it just grew on you that much.
It honestly did. I don't know. It was like silly, stupid fun, and what I like silly, stupid songs that I can play on repeat over and over again.
Did you watch the video?
See, I wish I did. I meant to, but then I got distracted at the gym.
For those of you who don't know, the music video for this is a fake movie trailer. It's like the song knows what it is, and I feel like that might be a bit of a bias, but that kind of does play into why I don't like it. It kind of feels cynical to me, but the actual movie, the trailer itself is basically a tribute to Robert Rodriguez. I don't know if it's intentional yet, but they definitely had him in mind.
San Antonio's finest.
Yeah, like I know this came out around the same time as Machete, so and the scenes in the video definitely look straight out of Machete.
Yeah, I think I've read that this was a staple on Halloween playlist. It's on Apple Music's like official Halloween playlist. Which when I was listening to this album, that playlist got recommended to me.
Yeah. Alright, this is definitely like the definitive bad guy song for the past 15 years. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, it invokes a kind of like a Viagra Boys for people who live in cities with or people who live in 6-figure zip codes.
That's a way of putting it.
Yeah.
Also, I think another thing is I don't like how they used that particular riff in this song. Okay, so which I like to call that the douchebag riff because it sounds douchebaggy, and that's not always a bad thing. That works in its favor depending on the song. I just don't think it works here. I think it's because of partially because of how blown out the mixing is. Like that's just a constant.
Yeah.
And also, the actual vocal deliveries just feel kind of quiet, and they don't feel very passionate to me. I would hope for a song called "Howlin' for You," that has also become this staple.
Yeah, it's definitely no "Wolf Like Me" by TV on the radio. If you want songs kind of comparing affection or love to lycanthropy. It's funny you mention the douchebag riff, though, because it does remind me that kind of knocking big drums does remind me of the song Rock and Roll Part 1 by Gary Glitter. And
that was Part 2.
Part 2. Oh, they made a Part 2?
Yeah, that was Part 2.
My God. But no,
yeah, I definitely don't need to hear 2 Gary Glitter songs.
I had a dream last night. I swear to God, I'm not making this up, but I had a dream where I was watching the movie Joker, and in place of Rock and Roll Part 2, when Arthur Fleck is walking down the stairs, they were playing Howlin' for You. And it was such a vibe. I was like, damn, this is even cooler.
I feel that's probably an edit somewhere on YouTube.
I would have to imagine it would be really easy to make a joke because you said it's a bad guy song and it's totally made. That's one of my most basic opinions is that I think Joker is a good movie. Let's talk.
I do too. Howlin' for You. I feel like this is probably the most we've ever disagreed on a song on this podcast.
I think it would have to be, and I don't even have any real reasoning. I like this one for the same kind of base libidinal impulse that I like a lot of kind of short dumb songs that I can just play over and over again, and they just get stuck in my head without being. I like short dumb.
I do like some short dumb songs too. Like you can call Seven Nation Army a short dumb song. It also has one riff.
Yeah.
It's just that they just know how to make that one riff work. They know how to make it big and exciting.
Yeah, there's definitely a song that feels big, and because it has a quiet section and a loud section, and a lot of the songs on this album don't have that. Honestly, if there's another band that covered Howlin' for You with better production or better dynamics, I'd listen to that version. There's got to be some cover out there.
I think that would fix a lot of my problems with this song. Yeah.
Yeah. Some songs are made to be covered.
Oh yeah, and that's just a blues thing in general.
Oh yeah. Blues loves covering.
Yep. Well, is that all you have to say about Howlin' for You? Because that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I have exhausted all my opinions.
All right. Think up. Yeah. We kind of just talked about the next several songs too, because it just kind of goes to a stretch of songs where I have pretty much one note per song. But she's long gone.
I mean, yeah, I literally blinked and this went past me. I just know that it's a song about she's used to be here, now she's gone anymore. I'm sad because I don't have my woman. It's a classic blues topic.
Yeah. Just not really anything of note. It's kind of just there.
It is just there.
Black Mud is an instrumental song. It kind of appears a bit early in the album. This isn't quite the halfway point.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting there to be a second interlude in the album based on where this one went, but it is just like 2 minutes of instrumental fiddling around, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah,
As far as the change of pace goes, it's not pleasant.
It's one of the better songs on the album. I don't love it, but I don't know. I'm fine with this. I don't need to hear Dan Auerbach's voice all the time.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree that as to the merits of Black Mud.
Yeah. And the only one also exists, though I do admittedly I am a bit kinder to it than She's Long Gone. I think it's because of how it does sound kind of breezy to my ears in a nondescript way.
Yeah, for whatever reason, this is the one of the songs where the vibe just kind of clicked the most for me. Like, I gave this one a star just because I was actually feeling the vibe and I could picture myself like distinctly remembering it, but in the way that a rock is distinct from a dirt clod. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. And Too Afraid to Love You just feels like it has a slower version of the Everlasting Light riff.
Yeah. And it's about being too afraid to love somebody. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I really don't have any notes on this one.
I think y'all are starting to see the problem with this album.
Yeah, you listen to these songs and then come up with something to say. Go on.
Yeah,
I'll wait.
Well, I like it. At least I can say stuff about the next song, 10 Cent Pistol. This is the other song on the album I have starred.
Yeah, 10 Cent Pistol's nice. I kind of fuck with this one.
Coincidentally, it's also a song that I heard in high school.
Yeah, and this one is about... Oh, I'm sorry. I bumped my knee into the thing. Yeah, so this song is about revenge.
Oh, yeah. And it sounds like it.
Yeah, which is way more of an interesting topic than the kind of love series that we've been getting. Actually, we do get like a couple interesting ones at this point in the album for whatever reason.
That's debatable.
Oh, well, a couple means like two.
It's still debatable.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, 10 Cent Pistol. Yeah, so this song is very brooding. Again, it just like, and it actually deserves to be brooding given the subject matter.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it is a little more ambitious than the other ones as far as trying to tell a story and using the production and the environment to enhance the narrative.
Yeah, and this is the one song where the production actually works in the song's favor.
True.
Yeah, this is what I would imagine the sound of a long summer night in Louisiana.
It's funny you mention that because I do get with a lot of these songs. I do get a very. It's an Austin dive bar. It's 10 in the evening, but it's 96 degrees out. I'm surrounded by secondhand smoke, listening to some blues band out of obligation type of energy. Which is basically the same as Louisiana, but it's more expensive and it's drier, so the air hurts your skin.
Yeah. Honestly, I kind of go back and forth between whether I like this or Tighten Up more. Like, Tighten Up has more going on than any other song on this album, but I like this sound more.
That is, yeah, and that's a reasonable thing to make, and I do get that. Like the strengths are different, and yeah, this is definitely one of the songs that I remember the most from this album.
Yeah. Sinister Kid seems to try to carry that momentum to Diminishing Returns.
Yeah, this one is about mental illness.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not. I mean, honestly, it just sounded like another. It just sounded like another Trailer Chorus song to me. Didn't sound nearly as sinister as 10 Cent Pistol did.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It's a little more in the conventional scheme of things, but I think they're trying to tell some kind of story about a misunderstood kid or someone with demons, and it gets hit with the sinister label. But I don't know. It feels weird to me that you do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 9 songs in a row about love or relationships or troubles and that kind of topic, and then you just hit us with like, boom, woman gets vengeance on her man running around on her, or boom, this kid is misunderstood and the church doesn't get it. Like, it feels I get like whiplash almost that we're suddenly getting into songs with these grander topics.
Yeah, it's yeah, I think that's another problem I have with this album. The track listing is not balanced well at all.
The art of track sequencing is really lost.
Yeah, maybe that's why you shouldn't make it a 15-song, 55-minute album.
That makes it tricky to capture the audience attention for a while.
Yeah, like there are definitely songs here that could be should have been, but I think should have been left on the chopping block.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, but like this song is all right. I do respect the ambition of this one. Even I don't think it quite lands as much as 10 Cent Pistol did.
Yeah, it's definitely among the better songs of the album, but I can also say I don't find it super memorable.
Yeah. The Go Getter is even less memorable.
Yep. The sound of secondhand smoke.
I feel like the album should end here. That's not me being snide. This kind of just feels like an album closer in a way.
Yeah, it's like the themes of a trying to succeed and failing and getting kicked in the knees by Los Angeles, which was a stand-in for the show business industry in general. It's bluesy. It's like a good, like, it can like really tie an album together, especially for like I know this wasn't their debut, but it was their breakthrough.
Yeah, they were already pretty established well before this. This is just what catapulted them to the mainstream and into all the movies.
Yep. Oh, those movies. You can really make a lot of. You could really last a while if you make music from movie trailers.
Yeah.
Imagine Dragons figured that out.
Yeah, and they probably wouldn't have if not for this album, actually.
More influential than you realize.
It's like, arguably, its time was more of a Trojan horse for them. You could say. That was them. That was them realizing that, making the one song they knew would get them the that would get them the indie hit, and then here's their actual sound, more big and booming.
Big and booming, mixed and mastered in order to sound as smooth as possible.
Yeah,
like vinyl, the plastic covering on a couch.
Yeah. Yeah.
This album does kind of sound like a couch covered in plastic. That just feels really uncomfortable.
When I was a kid, I slept on a mattress covered in plastic. So I would see the static electricity every night.
I did. I think I slept on a plastic couch more than a few times in my childhood, and I remember wrapping myself completely in my blanket in order to shield myself from the slippery.
Yeah, that sounds about right. My bed was a bunk bed, and so yeah, I didn't have to worry about slipping off. It had the guards.
If only the guards would protect you from track 12. I'm not the one.
What is there to protect me from? This song is practically non-existent.
Exactly, it should have protected you from the void.
I mean, I like liminal spaces, songs that make me feel like I'm floating in a void. This one just makes me feel like I'm staring at a clock.
Okay.
Because I probably am staring at a clock when I listen to it.
That is a good way to put it. Some things just really make time slow down on you.
Yeah, I'm not the one who would like this.
Neither am I.
I'm also not the one who would like Unknown Brother. My note for this song is one word. Yawn.
I have two notes for this one. One, sleigh bells. Hey, that's a nice touch. Next note. There's a section about 2/3 of the way through the song where it tricks you into thinking it's going to do another beat switch or tempo switch, but then it just goes right back into the main riff again. And it's so disappointing. It upsets me so much.
I don't like when songs blue ball me.
I don't like being fondled and not reaching the point of completion, Mr. Auerbach. You can't just blue ball an entire nation, Auerbach. It's not right.
Yeah. And the blue balling doesn't stop here, because next we got fucking Never Gonna Give You Up.
Which is not a cover. Despite being named after one of the most famous songs ever.
They knew what they were doing. This was 2010. The Rickroll had been well established by this point.
And even before the Rickroll was established, this was still like a top 5 hit in the United States.
Yeah, it was a popular song. And the Rickroll would have been fresh on people's minds because people were still doing it, and also there was the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade Rickroll was in 2008.
Yeah, I am so I do have to wonder if because they definitely did this on purpose. It's like a teehee. I'm gonna call it "Never Gonna Give You Up," but it's a completely different song with that. And okay, you're allowed to call your song that. Rick Astley doesn't have a copyright on those exact words in that exact sequence, but they knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
this feels so teehee. It bothers me.
Yeah, it's like. I know you said this in the last time we tried to record this, but I know you compare this to all those songs that are coming out now that are just that are taking advantage of search engine optimization, name themselves after famous celebrities, usually girls. There's also NBs if Kalani by Jordan Adetunji is anything to go by, but fuck that song.
True.
This isn't even a single, so I don't get it.
Yeah, that does. And this was like before the streaming era, where you could just get a non-single song, and there was a reasonable chance that it could go big based on virality, because the restrictions were no, man. This was a if you wanted this song, you had to buy the album. You had to pay $10.99 of your cents on iTunes to buy this album.
Yeah,
and to listen to this one
certainly was an era. iTunes certainly was an era.
Yeah, still is for some.
Yeah, I know. I know my uncle definitely gave me iTunes gift cards before, and I did use them. I remember buying To Be Kind on iTunes, so that's a fun fact.
Nice. I bought like 3 episodes of the Colbert Report on iTunes, and I don't think any of the Colbert Report is lost media, but it's pretty hard to find a lot of those episodes, so I don't know where they are, or if I'm even allowed to download them again, but something I think about.
Yeah. But yeah, so this song sucks.
It does.
Like, it's like, if you're gonna have the audacity to name your song after one of the most famous pop songs ever, at least make it a good song.
At least give it some energy like that song did.
Yeah, it's like, this is the worst mixed song on the album. Like, there's a horn in the chorus that comes out, that is just very quiet, very buzzy, and it's panned to the left ear entirely.
Which is distract. I thought there was something wrong with my headphones for a bit when I was first noticing that.
Yeah, it's like, and the way it's positioned, it sounds like it's behind you. It's like entirely to the left, and it's entirely to your southwest.
And just as an aside, when I was doing research on this album, apparently the guy who did the mixing for this album is Chad Blake, who also worked on a lot of soul coughing albums that I like. So this is a bit of a case where I'm like, oh, what are you doing? I'm so disappointed in you.
There's a chance that it could have been it could have been the band maybe misdirecting. That's entirely possible.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, thankfully, because there are only like 6 names on the project, so it's one of those 6 people's faults. You don't have to like really go into the list of songwriters for this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say it's on a technical level worse than Howlin' for You, because like I get the appeal of Howlin' for You. I don't know what someone could find enjoyable about this.
Yeah, it is really just one of the most lethargic and unmemorable songs on an album that already is pretty mellow to begin with. I'm trying not to call the album lethargic because it is just mellow, but when you listen to like 55 minutes of this, and like this is the penultimate track. The last song is coming up, and I am just like spaced out of my mind.
Oh god, yeah. These days is like the most anticlimactic closer ever. This is just this is just Christian rock.
It's even slower than the other ones.
Yeah, it's like I don't listen to blues rock to be proselytized to.
Yeah, and lyrically it is this weird Christian story which hasn't really come up on the rest of the album. Again, it's like it's weird. It comes out of nowhere.
It's like you can make a good song with Christian themes. It's like that does happen a lot in blues rock, but just don't proselytize. That's what it feels like it's happening here.
It really kind of feels like a half-hearted attempt at like authenticity, because like a lot of this does feel like pop blues with the very ooh girl lyrics, and then you just randomly get the more traditional bluesy topics. Like Stevie Ray Vaughan had songs about My Pride and Joy. But he also had songs about flooding down in Texas. And I think they're trying to kind of pretend they're more rootsier than they are.
So you could say they have become Faith Plus One.
Ooh. Damn. They did become
Jesus, I love you, baby. Inside me.
I want you to fill my mouth with your love, Jesus. Yep.
Yeah. Also, the song is the longest song on the album at 5.5 minutes.
It's a very long 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like...
They played two measures.
It's like they figured they had to because it's the final song on the album. But, like... It's also just... It's also the sludgiest, and I don't mean sludgy in a good way.
Yeah, sludgy and like a bunch of cigarette tar kind of way.
Yeah, it's like
It's all smelly
just
and
feels
stuck
like
to your fingers.
this just feels like they took the bad parts of gospel and none of the good parts.
Pretty
There's
much.
no energy. There's no synchronicity. Yeah, there is just the preaching.
Some preaching.
Yeah.
Completely out of nowhere.
Yeah, and that's Brothers by the Black Keys.
It's certainly aged differently in 2025 compared to 2010.
Yeah, it's just yeah, this is just not something that appeals to me outside of those two songs that I mentioned. I don't know if I just had to be there, or I don't know if it's just because I've heard better. Like, I have heard better blues rock from before. I could just listen to some of that. Like, I could listen to the White Stripes, or I could just get the I could just have the Real Article. I could just listen to like, Stevie Ray Vaughan. I could listen to a lot of those even older blues singers from like the 1920s if I wanted to. I could listen to some Robert Johnson.
You could listen to whatever you want.
Anybody and you can listen, and you can listen to the Black Keys if you want.
And you can. I mean, yeah, like it's 15 songs of like them punching in the same blues, vague psychedelia into the Dan Auerbach's brain, and then coming out with 15 different cupcakes. You know, it's only a matter of statistics that I would like, 2 or 3 of them. But with, kind of, despite them being minimally different from each other, the same way that, like whenever Morgan Wallen would drop, like, a 36-song album, like...
God.
Like, anybody who listens to that is inevitably going to find 1 or 2 songs they like just because that's how statistics and numbers work. That's how I kind of felt, like, with the Recovery. I felt like... I do like the songs I like. I'll stand by Howlin' For You being worthwhile, but I do think that, it's just kind of a numbers game at this point. I'm not really impressed by it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not either. Like, I know the follow-up album El Camino is shorter, like it's like 39 minutes and has less songs, but I know it's also just as big, if not bigger, than Brothers.
I know Lonely Boy was another huge trailer song.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever listen to El Camino, because like this album just doesn't sit right with me. But like, but at the very least, I already have more respect for El Camino just for being shorter.
Yeah, it seems the concise, and like honestly, like because Lonely Boy was the only Black Keys song I had really paid a lot of attention to, I kind of thought this album would have at least a few more songs like that are actually songs that you could work out to. As like hypothetically as far as like energy goes, but no, this was a slog to get through.
Yeah. You know what was not a slog to get through though, despite being over 20 minutes longer? Eminem's Recovery.
Quite the opposite of a slog. It is like the most effective alarm clock in the world.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, this is a 77-minute album with 17 songs, but like this did not feel as long as the Black Keys album did.
Yeah, and it is amazing what having some dynamics in your track will do for someone.
Yeah. So, before I get into the songs, I do want to drop the backstory of this album. You know,
drop
just
away
in case. So yeah. So this was seen as Eminem's true comeback after rehab. So this wasn't his official comeback. Like he dropped another album in 2009 called Relapse, which but that was supposed to be his comeback after a 5-year hiatus. Which, you know, the album for that was Encore, which is still seen by many people as Eminem's worst album. Though for some people, Revival has overtaken Encore.
Yeah, but, what a career.
Yeah, but yeah, Relapse came out in 2009. It was supposed to be this comeback. It was supposed to be the return of Slim Shady, but it did not do well with the critics. It was, for one thing, Eminem did a lot of accents on that album.
Mm-hmm. He really was confident in himself.
And for another thing, he was still you could tell his songwriting skills were still messed up from the rehab and the drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've listened to We Made You like in like the past year or so at once, and that was like my first time listening to it in years, and then I realized that song is terrible. Like absolutely god awful.
Yeah, it is a, like I said, the truly the fascinating thing about Eminem is that there are such high highs but such low lows. You know, it's rare that an artist can truly hit like both sides of the quality spectrum so many times.
Yeah, and also that opening line in Crack a Bottle, but like that's kind of just standard for Eminem. So like he wouldn't do that nowadays, but he would complain about it. He would say that he would still ask for everyone to be offended.
Yeah. Who else but Quagmire?
He would ask for everyone to be just as offended as if he said like any of the stuff he said in the early 2000s on his albums. Or even on this album, I dare say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we go into the first track of Recovery?
I wasn't done yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, Recovery was seen as his true comeback. This was, and by both the critics and Eminem himself, he has disowned Relapse, and he does so on this album even many times. So, and honestly, I believe it, because like his pen game is very sharp on this album for the most part, and also he has come back with a new sound, a very big sound, but one that starts immediately on Cold Wind Blows.
Yeah, the number one, like, you know how Rate Your Music has descriptors in addition to genres?
Yeah.
The number one descriptor for Recovery is serious. And this feels serious.
This is a serious album. There is no Slim Shady on this album.
Nope. It is pure Marshall. It is pure him. It is pure his feelings, his introspection, his, the good and the bad of his psyche. There is just a lot of Marshall you're getting.
Yep, and there is no and like I said, it just starts right in. Just immediately you're hit with Eminem rapping.
Yeah, no intros, no skit. It's just boom, the song.
Oh, yeah, there's no skits on the entire album actually.
That's how you know it's serious.
Yeah, and I'm happy about that. I don't like Eminem skits.
Yeah, it's his biggest weakness and his biggest strength, his jack-off sense of humor. But I
Yeah.
don't know. Like I feel like a lot of skits are, even at their best, they're not ones I would want to listen to over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. But at the very least, I do like that he had made them their own tracks whenever he had them.
Yeah, that is the preferable way to do it.
Yes. So yeah, Cold Wind Blows. Yeah, yeah. So this sound here, when you listen to this in 2025, you realize this launched a million NFs.
Yeah, the sound of pop rap to come.
Pop rap. Oh, you said pop hop, didn't you?
Oh no, I meant to say pop rap.
Okay.
I'm also thirsty because I worked out maybe too much today and it's hot. So that's why you don't do that. Fucking Texas. It's finally the hot month of summer.
Yeah. It's humid here in West Virginia, so.
Humid. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. You can tell why you can hear why a lot of white rappers and not even just white rappers, like a lot of pop rappers in general would mimic this sound in the years to come. Because it sounds big, it sounds inspirational, and at its best, it gets your attention.
Yeah, it's got those pianos. It's got those big grandiose drums. It's like kind of sweeping. It's trying to make itself as big as possible. And
Yeah, and it does have some hard as fuck lines. My favorite is "kick a bitch in the cunt till it makes a queef."
yeah, the line is good. I kind of got a snicker at that. I'm a mean cocksucker like Elton John line just because I know that they're cool in real life, and that is
and that is times the other line I like of "call me a faggot because I hate a pussy."
Yeah, that one got a snicker out of me.
Yeah, it's like we're both gay. We don't we're both gay. We find this funny.
I found way worse things funnier than this.
Yeah, and like this is like I do wish that it is unfortunate that a lot of these rappers still use the language this late on, but like honestly that is kind of just a problem with hip hop in general. That's not exclusive to Eminem, and that's not even that, and that still hasn't gone away even.
Yeah, it's something that as a queer rap fan, I've had to come to terms with in my own way. And I also think the thing about Eminem is that he just has like so many of these like interesting lyrics and these metaphors and places to go. Even like his corny stuff is like usually so bizarrely ingenious. Like, we'll get to the infamous line in "Love the Way You Lie." I'm so excited for that one. But nobody else could have come up with that. And this guy, I don't know. I feel so lame to say he's on something else, and it's not that I think he's unique in this, but he really does just have like so many of these lines that I don't know. It's just where his brain goes, and some of them are funny.
You either love it or you hate it, but you usually never find it boring up to a certain point.
Nope, not boring at all.
Yeah, so I think that's all I have. I think that's all I have to say about Cold Wind Blows. What about you?
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, Talking to Myself has a guest feature.
It's not Fetty Wap, but it kind of sounds like him.
Yeah, I forgot his last name. Kobe.
Something. I think he's just credited anonymously as Kobe, but that doesn't like kind of narrow it down. But he's an R&B singer. Yeah, he's also did another song on this album, singing the hook.
Definitely has a voice for sure.
Yeah, it's expressive.
Also, Eminem sings on this album more than he did on any other album before.
Yeah, that is something that you do notice.
That also adds to the grandiose feeling of the album. and I think that's a good thing. I actually like Eminem's singing voice.
Yeah, and as well as the sincerity.
Yeah, like he sings when he's sincere.
Yeah.
So yeah. And also, and I know here he talk. Yeah, there's a very introspective song of his where he talks about how during rehab he almost he almost took shots at a lot of the big up and coming rappers of the late 2000s like Lil Wayne and Kanye West. I'm pretty sure too. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Lil Wayne and Kanye West.
Yeah, which is funny that he does have a song with Wayne on this album, and I think Forever was the year before this.
Yeah. That was the one where Eminem and Kanye together, right?
Yeah, it was him and Kanye and Lil Wayne and Drake. Actually, wait,
You
no,
cut out on the last one.
oh, sorry, yeah, it was him, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Kanye, and Drake. I think that might have been Drake's. That might have been Drake's song. Actually, I don't know why I thought it was Eminem's.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Drake's.
Yeah, oh yeah, because he did the hook, but then Eminem had the last verse.
Yeah, is it interesting that in 2025 you go back 2010, tell people that in 15 years, ask them who's going to be more problematic, Eminem or Kanye?
Eminem or Kanye or Drake, who at this point, you know, Drake was like getting made fun of because he was like rapping with the idea to appeal to a female audience.
Yeah, and Kanye, I know Kanye was a pariah, but not for the reasons that he's a pariah now. Like like at this point the Taylor Swift thing at the VMAs had happened, and he'd already been called a jackass by President Obama.
Yeah, and we were like a couple years out from like Kanye being like, "I'm gonna run for president," and everybody being like, "Let's hear him out." So if you remember that era when he was talking about like prison reform and criminal, I don't even remember.
Oh,
2016 was so long ago.
That is a whole web that I do not want to untangle.
Yeah, and luckily we don't have to.
Yeah, luckily this is Eminem's song.
Yeah, he's talking to himself. It is a very self-empowerment, self-motivation type of song, and
Yeah.
I think it's effective.
He also points out how he's not ready to bring back Shady yet.
Nope, he wouldn't be ready to bring back Shady for about 14 more years.
I thought he brought him back and like used to be murdered by. I mean, some of the songs might as well be Shady songs.
Yeah, I think some of them were, but about. Well, then why does like Death of Slim Shady? Why did he make such a big deal? I don't know. It's not like King Gizzard here. That's not the most sophisticated lore in the universe.
Yeah, yeah, like there's, yeah, yeah. Talking to Myself is another song that I'd say lands for me. I don't love it enough to have it starred, but I do think that it succeeds at what it's going for.
Yeah, same here.
Excuse me. And then On Fire goes on, and he's railing against critics.
They don't have anything nice to say. They never ask Eminem how his day went. If only Anthony Fantano asked how his day went before he gave Revival a 1. Then he'd understand that, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. He's taking shots at critics. Every rapper takes shots at critics. Every artist, I would say, does it at some point. They don't always release it, though.
Yeah, it is just kind of an inevitable part of having an ego and feeling like it's under attack.
Sometimes it's valid. Like, Eminem has had valid criticisms of his own critics before. Like I'd say the Eminem show was full of them.
Yeah, and then there's also Yeah, like there's plenty of valid reasons to criticize Eminem, especially like back in those early when he was trying to be as edgelord as possible. And then
Yeah,
there's also because it's like I'm thinking of like Taylor Swift "Shake It Off" when that was like an that's more of an anti-hater song than an anti-critic song. But like in hindsight, like there was she was getting a lot of like shit piled onto her from the internet. I don't know if she
yeah,
needed to make that many songs about it, but again, like if you're an artist, you have an ego, it'll be threatened, and people respond to that. On
yeah.
principle, I try not to like these songs, but you know, I didn't hate this. It's
Now
okay.
this doesn't give me nearly as much to digest as the last two songs. This one seems more straightforward.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, and then "Won't Back Down," which is very very trailer core.
It
You
is.
you know that hook.
Yeah, it was. This had to have been used in so many promotions for boxing movies.
Oh, I definitely heard it in a promo for a boxing movie. I couldn't name it to you, but I definitely did.
It feels like a boxing. Like okay, so right away I noticed does this song either it's written in triplets or it's in 6/8 time, but it does feel very different. Like any rap song, not in common time, or that not just triplet flow, but the music is triplets is pretty novel.
Yeah, I I don't think I ever noticed that.
And the electric guitar I like as a nice bit of production. It kind of grounds it a bit. I think that Pink Hook is actually pretty pleasant. I think
Yeah,
she's a nice singer on this.
yeah, she's fine. Yeah, she's good on this, though. Not really a fan of anything else about the song.
I did love the part where Eminem says that it is fun that like okay, like again, but behind the scenes thing on the first time we recorded this, there was an issue when we were talking about the song, and I had to talk about it by myself for a bit. And I was gushing about it because I actually do have the song starred, and I said, "Oh, it's not in common time. That's interesting. Oh, the Pink Hook is good. It's got some good bars. Poison Ivy won't have me thinking rash. The part where he says stop turning me down and the volume goes." And I was like gushing about the song, and then you come in and you and then just immediately say, "Yeah, this song's trailer core. It's not very good." And I had to, I don't know, I was like snickering at the contrast. It gave me a snicker, not gonna lie.
That's fair. I'm just not. I know this does have the calm Batman joke. That would be fine in itself, but he explains it, and that makes me hate it.
Yeah, you can't be explaining the joke like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and also I think the other reason I don't really care for this song is that it's kind of just at one mood the entire way. It's not very dynamic.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. Oh yeah, when you say trailer core, it is not a lie. It feels like it's going for, you know, big sportsy montage type of
Well,
thing.
okay, I guess it's not entirely true. There's a point where the volume just turns down for a few seconds, and that part was kind of funny.
I did like that part. That
Yeah,
part gave me a chuckle.
it's like, yeah, I wish more songs would do that. The only other song I know that does that, and like intentionally, is the debut song on Reverend Chris and Michael Hader's album "Saved," like her post lingua ignota album.
I know of that one, but I have not heard it.
Well, that one does it in a different way, in that it like the audio just keeps changing volume, like it's decayed tape. Actually, the whole album is cursed. I might do that. That should be a podcast episode one day.
Fascinating. Add it to
Yeah,
the spreadsheet.
yeah, yeah. And so Won't Back Down. Yeah, I also heard this when I was 10, but I knew that chorus. but now but I didn't know who that song was from until years later, when it came up on my Pandora station in high school, and at that point I knew who both Eminem and Pink were, and then it hit me that the only reason my uncle had that song saved was because of Pink, because he's a huge Pink fan, and he did not get into Eminem until well after I did.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And, well, by the time he got into it, I was out of Eminem. Yeah, I kind of just found other rappers by that point. And, like, I still respect Eminem. Like, he has made a lot of good music. It's just, he's just kind of that gateway rapper, I feel, for if you're a white kid in a rural area like me.
Yeah, like he compares himself to Elvis on a lot of those early songs. Yeah. And like Elvis Presley, you can the cultural appropriation, cultural vulture, or does he actually welcome into space? Like that debate has been held for a while, but you can't deny that they're both objectively talented people.
Yeah, they both respect the cultures. They make, and openly at that. And
oh yeah,
Eminem, he grew up in that. He did actually grow up in that culture in Detroit.
Yeah.
He was on the 8 Mile.
He was on the 8 Mile, and according to that Elvis Presley movie from Baz Luhrmann, when he was a kid, he did go sneak inside of a black church when they were having a big gospel scene, and he kind of saw the face of God for a moment, and it changed his life forever.
Yeah.
That movie is very overdramatic, but I would recommend it.
I don't tend to like those kind of biopics nowadays.
It's an interesting one. I'll give it that. I can't wait for the Baz Luhrmann Eminem movie. It done in the same like fast-paced, hectic style of Elvis. That'll be fun. Cover all the eras.
Yeah. You have anything else to say about Won't Back Down?
I don't have anything to say about Won't Back Down. And you know what? We've been recording for a while. I think it's time we have a WTP.
Oh yeah, white trash party. Even though I'm the only one here who's white.
Yeah, but I'm trash. But I'm ta. Yeah, this song. I mean, I listened to this song and I saw the face of a million like potential Florida Georgia lines out there. Just like, yeah, that is the type of party it's hip hop, and it's country, and it's got beer, and it's a fun time. Yeah, just like kind of.
I saw the face of my other uncle, the one that's not the same uncle that I've been talking about. And he wasn't Eminem in his heyday. So yeah.
Many were.
Yeah.
She's got a tattoo of me right above her ass, man. In the streets of Warren, Michigan, we call them tramp stamps.
Pretty sure they call them that everywhere.
They definitely call them that in South Texas.
Yeah. And yeah, I did also write that I see why this inspired all the white rappers that came after. This one I can specifically say white rappers.
Yeah, it is, it's kind of it is funny we talked about Elvis, because this is like him talking about his roots, the types of parties that like he and his old neighborhood would get up to, and kind of embracing those things. Like he's just shouting out Bacardi, said mixing Hennessy with Fanta and Pepto-Bismol. Talking about getting in a car with the with no window that has a garbage bag taped over it.
Yeah,
spray paint doors.
Also like the hood's tighter than Kenny's line.
Woo! To the South Park. We love that.
Yeah, we love South Park in this podcast.
We'll appreciate a reference and a shout out.
Yeah, and Eminem has had plenty of those throughout his career. And it makes sense. Like, chances are, if you like Eminem's sense of humor, you probably like South Park's sense of humor too.
I mean, certainly a lot of the people in my family are fans of both. No doubt about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, I do like that line, but the line "I don't need a tank top to be a wife beater" is tame. It's like very tame for Eminem. I think it's because he's not really doing the Slim Shady thing here.
Yeah, it is. Which again, that does feel like a reference to being white trash, but it is like, oh, come on, we were talking about wholesome things like cars that don't work.
Yeah, I guess it kind of has to go downhill somehow.
It happens, and even Rap God has like a few of those bars in it where you can tell he is like not even that we're just like, yeah, and that's why I mentioned that like he raps so many things, because I do think that like he's approaching this purely not necessarily thinking how it comes off, but just, oh, that's a good punchline. If I can't be a wife beater, how am I supposed to bake him a cake?
Yeah, Rap God,
which is not even like clever, which is like for the what you intend it to be. It's not even like that.
Rap God is like is probably like is probably the worst influence of any rap song ever.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
I'd say its influence is worse than Ice Ice Baby's influence.
Inspired a lot of awful YouTube music.
Yeah, it's like it was cool. It's like it's cool when you're getting into hip hop. It was cool, I'm sure it was cool in 2013. But like it set a horrible precedent.
Oh yeah.
But that's next album.
Yep.
For this album, he doesn't really have any of the overly technical stuff. That doesn't happen yet.
No, it's not so much with the big like technical challenges. That he really does like kind of keep some kind of discipline on this album for the most part, but you do get that those edges of his jerk off sense of humor.
Yeah, and his staccato flows are starting to show up though.
Yeah, and they do get distracting once you start to notice that he is yelling at you a lot.
Yeah, yeah, that is starting. That is peeking through. That is he didn't do that. He didn't do that before. Yeah, frequently.
Yeah, not this consistently for sure.
Yeah, and also I remember I wrote down the line Drake in the mall, and sometimes I forget that Drake was a thing in 2010.
Yeah. Oh, Drake going at the mall because he's such a ladies' man.
Yeah, the ladies that go to that mall are definitely the age he's looking for.
To meet adult ladies.
Yeah.
Drake is the type of rapper. Drake is the type of rapper that would play Grand Theft Auto just to drive women home safely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so,
going through changes.
Yep. Rest in peace, Ozzy.
Yeah, rest in peace, fucking Ozzy. Yeah, this samples the Black Sabbath song of the same name, and it is, kind of haunting to hear his voice, to hear that song, like right after he died.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you said this in the previous attempts, but in the last episode we did talk about the song. Was it "Wide World Awoke" from PPC?
Weird World Awoke. Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah, that talked about all these about the old guard of like rock and roll and just music in general in their old age, and they specifically brought up Ozzy in that song. And Ozzy has passed since the release of that episode.
Oh yes, which is haunting. A little, or maybe not haunting, is a bit overstating it, but it is eerie to have that on the mind so prominently.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not letting that cloud my judgment of this song. But like, I do think this is one of the best songs on the album, and I have it starred.
Yeah, I don't quite have it starred. I think there's some weird production decisions that get a little under my nails, but I think it could grow on me
I
more
think
because it does build. And
I think the Black Keys album made me appreciate good production.
yeah, that is true. This is better production than that. I just
Yeah, it's still not great. I would say it is still very loud, but like at least the actual music and the vocals match that.
yeah, this is definitely another album where it does have like one vibe in mind, and it hits that as hard as it can. But it does do that with like different types of songs and with more diverse topics. So I'm not. It's not as repetitive exactly, but it is. You know, it's that the sound of pop rap to come.
Oh yeah,
NF.
and and this song is very is another introspective one. He's rapping about getting old. You know, but he's getting old, but he still loves his kids, and he's still afraid of losing them.
Yeah, going to the hospital, thinking of his dead friends.
Yeah.
Again, using his children as a motivator to persevere when he feels at his lowest.
Yeah, and he also talked about potentially losing his fan base because of his lackluster releases of Encore and Relapse.
Which were two pretty awful releases. Like it's weird. Eminem. This we have to emphasize. This was a comeback album in the truest
Yeah.
sense of the word. Like Eminem really could have been past tense if this album didn't resonate with as many people as it did.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like we wouldn't there would have been no Rap God without this album. Take that how you will.
There would be no that one song from Music to Be Murdered By with the Juice World posthumous feature.
Yeah,
Godzilla.
that which I also never cared for.
See, I kind of dig that one, but it is also a case of like Eminem's just made a lot of music since then. I'm bound to like some of it.
Oh, the song "Darkness" off that album is really good, and I'd say it's his best song since the early 2000s.
I've heard other people say that, and yeah, it is. It's ambitious in a way that a lot of his more recent stuff hasn't been. Honestly, it does
Yeah.
sound like ambitious, kind of like some of the stuff on this album, or even like Stan, I would say.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So like, and I wouldn't call Going Through Changes ambitious, but I would call it I would call it captivating.
Yeah, I would say that is fair.
Yeah, and speaking of captivating, we got one of the big ones up next, and also another one that's extremely trailer chorus fuck. Not Afraid.
I'm not afraid to take a stand. Yeah,
So,
this one went like diamond in America.
Yeah, so you know how we were complaining about these days with with how that song just has the bad parts of gospel and none of the good stuff.
Yep.
This has the good stuff from gospel and none of the bad stuff.
Oh yes.
Like this could be a gospel song if you took out the profanity.
Yeah, and the references to relapse.
Yeah. That chorus is a mantra. And there's a reason why it catapulted him back into relevance.
It is a very and the populism of it too is like a lot of these songs are about this is me, this is a struggle that I'm going through, but this one broadens that out a bit and it becomes, we are all in this together. Take my hand. You're not alone. I'm guiding you through this. And I think that kind of speaking to others is a big part of why this song hits with so many people. Because yeah, this is one of the big songs on the album, and I completely get it.
Yeah, and I think there's like a larger conversation to be had about the effect of songs like this on men who live in conservative environments who are told to suppress their feelings.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people out there for whom they just don't have any. They have these feelings, but they just don't have the language or the experience to be able to verbalize any of these things. And I think that is a big part of Eminem's appeal, being that he is someone who is good at talking about his feelings, and he is somebody who feels these. And it's very common to joke about angry white boys, but there are a lot of white boys, and they be angry. It's not their fault they're white boys. It's not their fault that there's shit to be angry about, whether it's justified or not.
Yeah, there's a place for this music. There's a place for what people call angry white boy music, and a lot of that has definitely helped a lot of people. So it's as much as that. I guess when people say angry white boy music, you usually think of like nu metal, but like there's still a place for that, and there's a place for this too.
Yeah, this song probably, and I mean, it is like this song probably helped so many people get sober.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I have to think about and that's nice. Yeah.
Also, what helps that chorus is sung fully.
Oh yeah, which is I keep forgetting that it's a fully sung chorus sometimes.
Yeah, and so is the bridge.
Mm-hmm. It feels so natural that I do forget that Eminem is a guy who doesn't sing that often.
Yeah, it's like it makes it stand out when he does, because like he has just as much gravitas in his singing voice as he does when he's rapping.
Oh yeah.
He knows how to make it. He knows how to make it effective.
Yeah, this song would not be as good if there was a guest artist who was singing the chorus.
Yeah, you could not have Skylar Grey on this.
No, not on this one.
Nope. She appears later, but never with her voice.
As well, it should.
Yeah. So yeah, Not Afraid still holds up after all these years. I do think it's one of his best. I might argue it's his best lead single ever.
Yeah, it's hard to. I guess I don't have all of his lead singles off the top of my head, but
I'm pretty sure it's My Name Is, Real Slim Shady, Without Me. I forget what Encore is, but I'm pretty sure Relapses is Crack a Bottle. I don't know. I could be wrong about Relapse, because if it's Beautiful, then Beautiful is his best lead single. But but Not Afraid is definitely up there.
I do like Without Me though.
Without Me is really good. Yeah.
I do love the.
But I know I think I generally like serious Eminem best. I think that helps to why I appreciate this album.
Well, and this is a serious Eminem.
Yeah.
This is him putting his nose to the grindstone, trying as hard as he can to avoid writing whack bars, but some slip through anyway.
Yeah, like on Seduction.
Are you not seduced?
Seduce
Are you not seduced?
Seduce me.
Yeah, this song is ostensibly about seduction, but he does just yell at you a lot, and it has the same kind of big grandiose pop rap production, so yeah, it doesn't really sound sensual or sexy. It just
it is a metaphor. I know it's supposed to be him saying that he has seduced the rap industry. Well, I don't know. That doesn't really make the song land for me.
Yeah, because literally it is just him saying that one minute she loves you, but guess what? I stole her from you because I am the best at seduction in the world. Which, you know, doesn't. Is this a song for the men or is this a song for the ladies?
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, you're really trying to get their attention.
What lane are you driving in?
Come on, Eminem, you can be honest. This is a safe space.
Yeah.
I know what you've been doing with Elton John.
Also, how long do you think you've been sitting on the fire marshal joke?
I mean, that had to have been like something from like the first mixtape.
Yeah, like there's no like he has definitely been waiting to use that.
I swear to God, there's some recent Eminem album that had a Fire Marshal Bill joke, and I'm definitely surprised he wouldn't. Because he seems like he would have watched In Living Color growing up, so he probably would have known the Fire Marshal Bill gag. Yeah. But maybe that was another thing I dreamed about, like Joker dancing to Howlin' for You.
The two genders.
Yeah, my dreams. It's important that I talk about my dreams on this podcast. That's a site. It's a valuable primary source that can be cited.
Yep, just like Google.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he is also he does pointing out his multisyllabic rhymes, but like that's not really impressive because like he's always been known for multisyllabic rhymes. That's been one of his biggest praise. One of the biggest praises you ever hear about him is his rhymes.
Yeah, he's very good at the technical aspects.
Yeah, I just wish he put that on a better song that's about how good he is. Well, I guess it's technically about how good he is. But like, I wish he put on a better song about that.
Yeah, this whole thing is just kind of odd as a detour, and I can't say I like it all that much.
Yeah, I'm a bit kinder to No Love, which is another single. But like, but I'm still not feeling this one that much.
Well, this one might be my favorite on the album, just because of its. I don't know. It is like kind of a rapper's song or a rap fan's rap song with the Lil Wayne feature. I do. Well, like again, like it was part of a big trend that was going on at the time of obvious sampling. Like I know we think of today as a time of obvious sampling, and also the late '90s with your Fugees music type stuff, but this was also 2010. We're in the middle of like you spin me right round, right when you go down, down. I forgot the name of the song, so I just sang the chorus. And that Pitbull song that kind of sampled Take on Me, but also not really. So this one,
a couple years after this. I think it's a few years after this.
We're in the midst of a bubble of a kind of obvious sample trend. It comes and goes in waves, and this one samples "What Is Love" by Hathaway. But I think the things it does with the sample are actually very clever and interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. Like normally I have a rule that normally I'm harsh on songs where the sample is the best part or the only good part, but I technically like "What Is Love." Would I listen to "What Is Love"? But I'm not really. That doesn't really go against my rule because it's very creative with the sample, and it uses it as a lyric, and it's like in the middle, in the middle of the chorus too.
Yeah, they cut in Hathaway's lines in between Eminem's chorus, and then some of the synth riffs from the song are chopped up and incorporated into the beat of the verses, but it is not just the same gothic Eurodance synth riff that we know.
They're not just you cannot get with your friends and bob your head to this while driving.
No, you cannot, or you could, but you would not be referencing that movie. You would just be looking goofy.
Yeah. But yeah. Lil Wayne tends to be hit or miss for me entirely because of his voice. But okay, I guess his lyrics too. But like, his voice tends at his worst is very gravelly in a way I don't like. But like, that's not the case here. I think his voice is fine here.
Yeah, I think his voice is pretty good here. I think his lyrics are, free of some of his. Because Lil Wayne also has a kind of Eminem problem of just bad punchlines.
Yeah. Lil Wayne would like to remind you that he is the shit.
He is the shit in so many different ways.
Yeah. He doesn't do that in this song, though, so, yeah.
He doesn't, and that is nice. And I could have sworn this song he did mention, like, he did call himself "I'm the shit," but then moved on and didn't invoke a scatological metaphor. But again, that might have been something I misremembered.
I don't know. Also, but I think it's mainly just the production behind this song that stops me from getting into it, because there was a lot. This was kind of just the sound of rap at this point, because at this point, pop rap is the dominant force. But by the late 2000s, gangster rap was completely off the map, off the mainstream map, and the ringtone rappers have taken over. And granted, by this point, ringtone rap is also over, but like it has more just turned into general pop rap.
Yeah, that did kind of evolve into that space where, yeah, I mean, you said it best. This is just kind of the sound of what all pop rap was.
Yeah. And also, the line, "Where the fuck is Kanye when you need him?" is not a question that would be asked today.
Yeah. More. The question you'd probably be asking is, "Where's Kanye so I can beat him for supporting Trump, a.k.a. the worst Cheeto president, Cheeto, he's a Cheeto."
Yeah.
In a line with Eminem's current politics of, I assume, sharing hashtag resist memes and saying, "Save Colbert."
Yeah, like Eminem has always been liberal as far as I can tell. Probably even leftist, I would say. Actually, I don't know if I'd say leftist, but he's definitely left wing.
Yeah, he's on the right side of it, which does happen a lot. Like Jimmy Kimmel is another one I think about, who also spent the early 21st century doing these edgelord things and often just kind of dumb things.
Didn't Jimmy Kimmel dress in blackface?
He did dress in blackface. And then and then 20 years later, he cried on TV because, Elijah Cummings died at age 79 or something. He just became one of those liberals who cries on TV a lot.
Yeah. I know Eminem also, even on the death of Slim Shady, he dissed Candace Owens. Did you know that?
I did remember that. Yes.
Yeah, and it's actually a really hard diss. It's actually really cool.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We are shouting out him. We're talking about his album.
Yeah. We are talking about. We are consistently shouting him out, and we've been praising him. Oh well, we've been praising and critiquing, but there have been praise.
Yeah, I will say even though I did Love No Love, at this point I am starting to kind of feel the sameness of a lot of the production, and I'm feeling like some of these songs are, it's not the longest that a 77-minute album has ever sounded, but it doesn't feel like a short listen at the same time.
Yeah, unfortunately that's just kind of a rap thing in general, and just has been for a long time. They just loved ever since the CD just came out. Rappers love to fill it up.
Yeah, and we should fill up this podcast with talking about Spacebound. The next song.
Love Spacebound. Excuse me. So when I first listened to this song, I didn't know that I had no concept of what the sample was, but since it's been several years since I have, and I've heard a lot more music, and it started immediately, and then I recognized that that sample is the opening guitar from Drive by REM.
It is the opening sound bite. You're right.
Yeah, and I love Drive by REM, so it has huge points in its favor.
See, not all the samples are obvious. Sometimes you go for a good REM deep cut.
That was a single. That was the lead single to that album.
Was it a single? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was.
REM.
It's not. I don't. It's not one. It's not one of their most popular songs, but that was the lead single to "Automatic for the People," which is probably their most beloved album. So I wouldn't call it a deep cut.
Huh. Is Automatic for the People their most beloved?
Yes.
I feel like everybody I know is like, oh, that Everybody Hurts song is so overrated.
You cut out.
Sorry. That, I feel like most people kind of find that one annoying, or at least the, I just said the name of the song. What the fuck?
No, well, that's the album.
Everybody Hurts.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, that song is definitely that song is definitely dependent on who you ask, but like that album as a whole, but the rest of the album isn't like Everybody Hurts. I would say it's more. I would say it's probably their most sentimental that I've heard them.
You know, they actually
what
filmed.
I know of them.
You know, they filmed the Everybody Hurts music video in San Antonio, apparently, because we're the only place in America that has that many Kafkaesque highways.
But yeah, Spacebound is also very trailer core.
Yeah, I don't have too many notes about this song. I think you kind of hooked onto it a bit more than I did.
Oh yeah, I did. I have it starred. So I like the journey that the song takes, where it feels like this character goes from being this womanizer that just gets his cheap thrills, he gets his cheap sex, but then he genuinely falls in love with someone. But he's afraid of losing her. Afraid of losing her for reasons beyond his control. So he tries to lose her on his own terms. It's very tragic.
Oh, just shenanigans you get up to.
Yeah. The song is also I think it also might be the space metaphors that get me, because I am a space nerd.
Yeah, I mean, it does have that analogy. It's literally called Spacebound.
250,000 miles.
Hey, that's how far the moon is.
Yep. Ayo.
John frickin' Madden.
I feel like we're back to space now.
Yeah, we'll find another anniversary for Space
Yep.
2 episode.
Wonder if what? Yeah. I'm just gonna headcanon that Ziltoid is singing this song.
Oh, Ziltoid would love this song. Ziltoid would love Eminem.
This is his origin story.
Ziltoid's Spotify playlist is like Eminem, Teddy Graham, probably DMX. X gonna give it to you. That's the only rap song by a non-white artist.
It's true. Yeah. Also, Coffee by Miguel.
Ooh, gotta have that coffee.
Yeah.
Not fetid. All right. Do you have any other thoughts on Spacebound?
When I listen, at a certain point when I listen to this, I started to wonder if it was about Kim, but I don't think it is. I think he is just telling a story.
Yeah, it seems like it's either a fictional story, or it's just somebody that he had met independently that he, just ended up fucking up the relationship because, he's admitting to a lot of fuck ups on this album, and that could be one of them. It could be fake. But it is decent story.
And that's about all I have. That's all I have for Spacebound.
Yeah. And thus we move on to the next track, Cinderella Man.
Which is even more trailer core.
There's so much stomping and so much clapping.
And it is named after a movie.
A movie about boxing.
Yeah. So yeah, we're tying that imagery back in.
Yeah, this is definitely a very, like, when we think of angry white boys who love Eminem, an important subset of angry white boys, MMA nerds.
Yep.
Your Joe Rogan types.
There was a reason Till I Collapse was in Real Steel.
Mm-hmm. Gotta get boxing there. So yeah, this song is honestly, like, production wise, this sounds way different from the others. It really is just like some stomping, clapping. There's a chorus of men shouting, "Cinderella Man, Cinderella Man."
Yep, the gospel influence is coming back.
Yep. And thematically, like the movie Cinderella Man, this is about Eminem's big comeback.
I actually don't know anything about the movie or the guy it's about, so you can feel free to fill the audience in on that.
It's just about some boxer during the Great Depression who was like, "I'm a loser," and then he won some big fights, and then people were like, "Oh, he's a comeback kid. He's like if Cinderella was a man, so we're gonna call him Cinderella Man," because that's the only story about an underdog that they knew about in the 30s, I guess.
The way you describe it like that just made me think of think of the South Park Adam Sandler trailers.
Yeah, from the Awesome-O episode.
Yeah. Oh no, not the Awesome-O episode. The James, it was the John Edwards episode.
John Edwards. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh no, it's Rob Schneider, not Adam Sandler.
Yeah, it's like Rob Schneider is a snippy.
It's so funny to think that South Park came up with the word derp.
Yeah, I mean, they invented so many. It's weird how language.
I guess technically basketball did, but it was still Matt and Trey.
Yeah, it's all the big extended universe.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Cinderella Man is it's all right.
Yeah, I like it. Is also repetitive, and it kind of maybe the beat could have a little more production to it, but it is just we've had a few songs like this on the album. It's Eminem talking about I was down, I was out, but then they didn't see me coming, but now I'm back, baby.
Yeah, I probably appreciate more on its own than in context of the album. So it has lines I like, and it has lines that I'm not as into. I want to go to the lines I'm not into first. Mainly, I can't hear it, which is still not the corniest cunt line that he has, but that comes later in his discography.
He can't hear it. Whoa. What does it say? Like your pussy lyric, I can't hear it. Who forms pyramids and wraps circles around square lyrics. That's not even a reference to anything. You're just mentioning three shapes.
Yeah, honestly, when you spell it like that, I kind of have the ear and fuction cunt figure it out line makes more sense.
And which is also like just really like I don't know, whenever I fear Eminem writing those lines, I picture him over some big like cartography desk, like painstakingly crafting every single sentence to be like, how can I fit in the most sexual references into a 5-word sentence? Come on, Marshall, think, Marshall, think.
I know we specifically said we wouldn't make this tangent very long, but that does still feel like a Vivzy Pop move.
It does. Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, we'll get to Almost Famous.
Yeah, but yeah. Also, for some reason, when I looked up the lyrics on Genius, it recommended me a song from Vultures. I don't know why. I'm guessing they sampled this.
Honestly, maybe. Yeah, they might have a similar sample. That makes sense.
It's not like Kanye is asking for permission to sample this point, because Eminem would definitely not approve of a Kanye sampling him at this point.
Yeah, I really can't imagine like that would go. A phone call between the two of them would go well.
Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that beef. I'm probably beefing at this point, even, or at least Kanye is beefing with them. Like he's not gonna say anything because Eminem is very famously hard to beat in beef.
Yep, but 2025. It's a weird year.
Yeah.
You know what else is a weird and has the number 25 in it?
But oh, actually, I do want to say the lines I like first.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Fuck catching lightning, he struck it, and
Good.
that whole line is a really good line. It does seem to it does perfectly encapsulate what he's going for in the song, and his comeback.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
And also, and this was more funny, but mediocrity can no longer be allowed to fly. What if you told modern Eminem that?
This.
Okay.
What if?
Now we can move on to 25. 25.
25 or 6 to life?
Number funnier than 24.
It's the funniest one of them all.
Yep. And that's how old I'll be in a few weeks.
And this song is very funny. Wait. Hang on, I'm reading my notes. Oh, it's not funny at all, actually. Wow, I'm sorry, I got that one way wrong. So yeah, this is a bad relationship song where Eminem talks about all the sacrifices he made, all the things that this person, who he refers to as a bitch, did to screw him over for his faithfulness. We get this for a little bit, but then at the very end we find out, oh, it's not a woman he's talking to, it's hip-hop itself. And he was using that again, yes. But at least this time it is like explicitly he says like fuck you hip hop. I'm like they had no room for it to interpret. It is like the Common song I used to love her, where it's like you're personifying the genre in order to talk about a trope as old as paintings.
Also, so the singer on this is someone named Liz Rodriguez, who seems to be doing the role that Skylar Grey would later do on Eminem songs. And honestly, I think I like Liz Rodriguez more than Skylar Grey.
It is a nice voice, I will say, in that it kind of passed through me instead of me noticing how oversang it was.
Yeah. But yeah, this song is nice. I like it. I like it. I definitely like it more than Seduction.
As an aside, when I was listening to this song in the other server, and the revelation that it wasn't about a literal person came, one of my friends was just reacted. I was gonna say, oh, was Eminem in a bad marriage or something? And then I was like, he was famously in a volatile relationship.
Did you show them Kim? Did you show them the song Kim?
I'd rather leave them blissfully unaware. There are people who are Eminem white, and there are people who are Will Wood white. And this person was a Will Wood white. And I feel like I kind of want to keep it that way.
I feel like Kim's volatility and its mood could be compared to Frankie Teardrop.
I agree with that. It is one of those songs that does like kind of pushes the limits of what we like in art.
I definitely it definitely did something to me when I was 16. Honestly, I still think it's I think I'd call it one of his best songs.
I might have to go back to those first two albums. I haven't gone through them in a while, but I definitely call it one of his more memorable songs.
Yeah, and also when the levee breaks drums.
That is a good sample.
Yeah, but yeah, 25 to Life it's a good song. It's don't really have much to say about it.
Yeah, the same here. It's kind of just kind of gives you everything on the surface. Not too much deeper meaning to read into it.
Yeah, And So Bad is also very trailer core. This is that boom in 2010 trailer core stuff right there.
It is a better attempt at seduction than seduction.
I guess. I mean, as much as a song that as feelings you had for your last boyfriend before he slapped you. Yeah, I guess that, which may be a shot at Chris Brown. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he would do that and a lot of other violent things for every 8 months since this one came out. There's a lot of
why we keep him around.
A lot of things have changed since 2010. The behavior of Chris Brown has not.
Yeah, I wish we left Chris Brown in 2009.
Would have saved us a lot of discourse, a lot of headaches.
Yeah, because like it's not like he even made anything good after that.
Yeah, he's a good dancer. I don't know. There's people say, "Well, he's a good dancer," and I'm like, "Is that it? Is that all it takes?"
Yeah, well, I don't listen to dancing.
It'd be pretty hard to.
Like, unless it's he's sure as hell not tap dancing, so I'm not listening to him dancing.
But yeah, So Bad, which is, yeah, like he's first. I'm equivalent to a shot of Cuervo. I'll kiss your navel, work my way down, lay on the table. Like he actually is talking about what he would do to seduce someone instead of just saying, women love me because I know how to rap 5-syllable words.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit more going on here.
Which does kind of make me wonder why this song wasn't named Seduction and why that song wasn't named So Bad.
I mean, it's still not seductive.
Yeah, I mean it's relative. You know, this entire album does feel like you're like being yelled at, for better and for worse.
No, I guess some people are into that.
Yeah, that is true.
Also, the Amy Winehouse line on here is way better than the one in We Made You.
Yeah, cannot disagree on that.
You pick Amy Winehouse out of a lineup. Like, I guess, when he's calling you blind, it's like that is definitely way better.
But you can, yeah.
Yeah, I just can't stop shitting on We Made You.
Fair. Gotta shit on something.
Yeah. So Bad is not so bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I agree.
Almost Famous. Also pretty good. And also an even better use of Liz Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'm surprised that she didn't get a bigger career bump based on how much we're seeing of her. Because that's like, yeah, you know, she's pretty good at doing the Skylar Grey hook thing, and there's obviously been a lot of these types of songs made.
Yeah, it's like, I guess there are songs that she couldn't do that Skylar Grey could do, and vice versa. But some songs that you definitely would prefer Liz on. Like, I guess I'd say you couldn't have Liz on "I Need a Doctor."
Yeah, that's reasonable. "I Need a Doctor" is a very peculiar type of song.
Yeah, and this one kind of is too, but in a different way. But like I guess this one's more like an origin story. This is him talking about his deal with Dre.
Yeah. Hence the line "Almost Famous."
Yeah, and also this is a bit of that Slim Shady pop back up with that open line, "Stuck my dick in this game like a rapist," and
which I contended was, I don't know, like the second time I was listening to this album, my thought was, oh my god, this is like a Fivsy Pop song. This is something that would be in Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss. Because I don't know, something about the production, that Liz Rodriguez vocaling, and then, yeah, the line, "I stick my dick like a rapist," which is, like, which is Eminem. It is also kind of Fivsy Pop. Until the next line, which is like "fuck Ben Roethlisberger," which because Vivzy Pop fans don't know what sports are.
Yeah, and also has been wanting to have its cake and eat it too, and they wanted to portray a pimp and a prostitute's relationship as toxic, which it is. But, like they wanted to portray that as serious, and then they also have plenty of rape jokes throughout.
Which is, and if that's not Eminem, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I'm sure Eminem probably likes Has Been Hotel. I'm sure.
He's got a non-binary kid. He probably has been introduced at some point.
Yeah, this is still not as long as we talked about Vivzy Pop last time. Don't worry, we kept to our promise.
We did keep to our promise. Also, this is a long album, so this is a lot to talk about, and there's a lot to kind of tie into it because, this album's not as repetitive as Brothers, but
yeah,
you do get a lot of the same things kind of over and over.
Yeah, but I guess you kind of know what you're getting from an Eminem album.
Yep.
But yeah, I do also like the Mike Myers double entendre.
I did find that David Carradine line amusing because my mom has been rewatching Kung Fu.
Nice. Yeah, I like this. I do like this. I do like when he raps about his own life. I think that's when he's at his best.
Definitely. He does a lot of justice to his own experience.
It is missing that extra thing for me to give it a star, because he has rapped about this particular subject matter before better. I do still like it.
Yeah. I get it. I guess I'll probably like it more once I can stop associating it with Medrano.
Fair enough. So, now we're at the big one.
Oh, yes.
It's like probably the biggest song we're ever going to cover on this podcast. Love the Way You Lie with Rihanna.
Oh, yeah. The song that inspired 1,000 AMVs.
Yep. The dynamics in this song is absolutely made for trailers. Like you play those quiet parts, you play those build up, and while the one-liners are being handed out, and then just gonna stand there. I don't know why I did that voice. I don't know. I'm keeping that in.
That's what Rihanna sounds like.
That is totally what Rihanna sounds like. Sure.
Yeah, so I guess if anybody is somehow alive on the planet Earth and hasn't heard this song, this is a story of toxic codependency. Eminem doing the verses from one party, Rihanna sings the chorus from the other party to it, and then it just, is this big, like, poetic picture of, a fucked up relationship.
Yeah, and I would say this is the most divisive song in Eminem's entire career.
Yeah, that's not unreasonable to say.
He has rapped about this before, and he has rapped about this particular subject matter before. He's done it about his own personal experience with Kim. Like this song, none of those songs were big. None of those songs were singles.
Right.
Like, this was a big single. This was the biggest song from the album, and this song has been used in many trailers.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest Eminem song since, like, Lose Yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I would say this is like, this is definitely, I would say, in his top 5 biggest songs. Like Lose Yourself, Till I Collapse, My Name Is, Without Me, and this, in no particular order.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Till I Collapse isn't even a single, but like, that song. That's like probably the biggest non-single of all time.
People love that one. It's not hard to see why. So yeah, I guess as far as like my own thoughts on Love the Way You Lie, I mean, it's big. It's grandiose. It's sure got a very polished production. Eminem is like, it's good, I guess, but I can't say I've ever gone out of my way to listen to it.
Oh, I love this song. Like I do think it's. Actually, I don't think it's the best song on the album. I still think "Not Afraid" is better, but like this song is a close second. And that's probably because of the window pane line.
Oh, the window pane. Yeah, I get so excited when that line comes up. I start to hype myself up and to lead up to it, and then I'm shouting it at the end myself.
Black dresses would do that joke better a decade later.
A whole ass decade later.
Yep. This song is still really good. Like this song is a Greek tragedy.
Oh yeah. This song feels like the world is collapsing.
Like the main discourse around the song is people saying that it glorifies abuse, which no, like that just I feel like the people who say that are just people that that have never listened to Eminem before.
Yeah, or just don't understand the concept of like depicting something without endorsing it.
Yeah, it's like it's a character piece. Like that's just what Eminem does. That's what a lot of rappers do.
Oh yeah. It is.
It's like it's like not all the rappers who rap about shooting cops and dealing drugs have actually done that. Like they're just talking about what they've seen.
Exactly. These are depictions of life. Reinterpreted through artistic mediums. Not everything has to be excruciatingly literal.
Like within WA, Eazy-E was the only member who was actually a drug dealer.
Yeah, which is like so interesting for me to think about.
Yeah.
Or Eazy-E.
Yeah, you got the short end of the stick.
I saw there's a documentary on Tubi called like NWA and Eazy-E, the story of and then my first thought was like, what? Why is it like? Why are you shouting out Eazy-E in the thing with it? And then I remembered, oh yeah, he was like unique amongst those members.
Yeah. Yeah. Love the Way You Lie is definitely also set a precedent for his career.
Oh yeah, like this like this album is a big reason why pop rap sounds the way that it does, but I mean, yeah, this song in particular did was like this tip of the rocket spear.
Yeah, like just getting Rihanna's soaring vocals, thinking that tragic lines about about being on the receiving end of the codependent relationship is just while Eminem is rapping about his own about this character's self-reflection. This character realizes that he's fucking up, and and so like it continues. Like this song is absolutely great, and I do love it for that. I do love the way it depicts such an unfortunately tragic relationship, because it is very detailed and about without feeling like it glorifies it.
Oh yeah, those details are something you can only get from an artist like Eminem, and this song I think has definitely cemented itself as one of the biggest of the 21st century so far, and I mean, I kind of expected to keep that title even at the end of the century.
So big that they tried to replicate it on the next album with Monster. That song's not nearly as good.
Yeah, that one just kind of sounds more like a song.
Yeah, like it is not. It does not have the urgency that this song has.
It is not a Greek tragedy.
Oh, you could say they're trying to replicate that in "I Need a Doctor," but that song isn't nearly as good either, because it's also not as urgent.
Well, I mean,
subject matter.
Well, I can. That song is like kind of Greek in that it's about two men being homoerotic with each other.
Cut out.
So fuck. I said that song is like a Greek tragedy in that it's about.
Cut out again.
Motherfucker! I hate my stupid microphone. All right, I am clipping so much on this Audacity. I'm gonna edit this shit down. All right, it is like a Greek tragedy in that it's about two men being homoerotic with each other.
It cut out after homo. I'm just gonna listen to it in post.
I'm typing it to you.
Yep, I'm keeping all of this in though. Y'all get to hear this.
You have to feel our pain.
Yes. And while you type that, I'm going to say that Love the Way You Lie. I do. Oh, homoerotic. Yeah, homoerotic and homophobic, just like the 80s.
Yeah, just like Greece.
Yeah, like a Greek tragedy.
Yeah.
and also Eminem just. It's also tragic because Eminem wants Dre to release Detox, and he never will.
Nope. R.I.P. Detox.
Yep. Oh well, I don't think. I'm sure it'll be all right. But yeah, Love the Way You Lie. Is definitely a standout on the album for me. This is like the pinnacle of the big sound of that this album explores. And
yeah.
Honestly, the pinnacle of the big sound of this whole side of hip hop. Like
yeah, can't argue with that.
Yeah. So, and then after that is You're Never Over, which I also have starred.
It's not as big, but it is probably one of the most personal songs on the album.
Yeah, this is his tribute to his childhood best friend Proof.
Yeah, and there have been references to Proof across a few other songs on this album, but this entire song is dedicated to him.
Yeah, like so. Proof was also a member of Eminem's group D12.
Yep.
They have worked together too, as well as being best friends.
Yeah, and Proof did pass in 2006 due to I believe it was a drive-by shooting, and so that was 4 years before this album took place. So M obviously was kind of in the weeds with his addictions around the time that it occurred, and then it took him a while to recover, and then, this is him, like, kind of sober, clear-minded, and then fully reflecting on everything that happened. The implications were how he would feel if his friend could see him and react to him in his current state. Yeah, it's all very touching and personal.
Yeah, like, I don't know if he talked about Proof on Relapse, but like it would make sense that a full tribute to him would be on this album.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It seems like there's a nice venue for that. Less accents.
Yeah, exactly. Like this, like now that he helped himself. Now we can fully take in the world around him and the people he's lost.
The depressingness of clarity.
Yeah,
So
this is definitely the most touching song on the album. Another favorite of mine.
Yeah, I do like that he does also sing the chorus on this one, but this is. Now I feel bad saying it, but his singing voice is probably the most. Correct. Like in that chorus, he definitely like hits a sour note when he's singing "Without You." It's a bit. I don't know. Like it doesn't hit right, and that kind of distracts me.
That's totally fair. I don't think I noticed it though. Or maybe I just thought that was part of the emotion.
It definitely it's. Yeah, it is. I don't. And yeah, it feels sincere, but there is a part of it that is like you could have given that a second take.
Yeah, that is totally fair. So, if you had this album on CD, this would have been listed as the last track, but Untitled is a hidden track.
Yep. You get that on streaming, or if you know how to get the hidden tracks on your CD player.
Yeah, or I guess it would have just shown up on iTunes.
That as well.
Yeah. So this song just samples "You Don't Know Me" by Leslie Gore.
It does sample that, and it is just like that. There's not really chorus to this one. It is just him, just like pure rap for like a couple minutes.
This feels like it was made to prevent the album from ending on a downer.
Yeah, this one feels more like if any song sounds kind of like old school Eminem, this one feels most in that direction. Just so yeah, you're right. It can end on something a little more upbeat.
Yeah, and there's also another Kenny joke.
Woohoo! We love Kenny.
So, the reference, the Killin' Kenny gag, which is interesting because by this point South Park had retired that gag for many years, and not only that, but like the Coon and Friends trilogy, which explores Kenny dying, was right around the corner.
Damn, Marshall, are you a fake fan?
Oh,
Don't tell me you're a fake fan.
Like, it is interesting to think about.
Very.
I would say this is the weakest track on the album, but I think that tends to be the case with a lot of hidden tracks. It tends to be a goof.
Yeah, like the fact that it's hidden kind of means that, if they were like really confident in it, they would have made it like an official track of its own. But making it hidden does give it like a little in joke for the fans.
Yeah. So, but like you only would have gotten that if you bought it on CD.
Yeah, which many people were.
Unless iTunes, the iTunes version, I don't know if that does the version where they just combine the two tracks into one. It just looks like a long track. That could be the case. I don't know.
Yeah, that feels weird to pair this one with "You Were Never Over."
Yeah, but like, I guess you kind of have to do one or the other when you put them on for digital stuff, for digital uploads. But like, I prefer my hidden tracks to be their own tracks.
Yeah.
Like I get it when you're on a CD and you put it after 10 minutes of silence on a song, but like that doesn't translate to streaming or iTunes.
Yeah, and it can be frustrating when there's one song by Space Hog called "The Horror." It's the last song on an album that does have a hidden track, but like one of the only versions available on streaming is just the CD version. So you get 3 minutes of the actual song, then it's 12 minutes of silence, and then it's 2 minutes of weird guitar noises. And it's like, I just want to listen to the first part of the song. Now I got a 15-minute song on my Spotify liked just because of a bunch of silence.
I also feel that way about "Disgustipated" by Tool. I just want the song portion. I don't want like the 10 minutes of. Because like the joke of that song doesn't work on streaming. You got to have it on CD for the joke of that. Where you put it on a CD player, it just has a bunch of few second long hidden tracks of silence, and then eventually there'll be a recording of something at track 69.
Oh yes, that old trick. I do remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, like that doesn't translate to streaming.
No, it doesn't. And that's the end of this album.
Yeah. So Recovery is definitely So I get why both of these albums were big Trailer Core albums. But like as an actual album, I very much preferred this album to Brothers.
Yeah, Recovery feels more like a project with some intention behind it. It feels like it does more to justify its length. It doesn't quite get as repetitive or as lengthy as Brothers did, despite being a fair bit longer.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there is a sense of focus with this album.
Oh, absolutely, and that focus can be very. You forget how much that you like focus until you hear something without one.
Yeah.
I guess in Brothers it was focused, but it was like so narrowly focused that it kind of missed the forest for the trees.
Yeah, it's a fair way of putting it. I would say I would give Brothers a 4. Like I would say it's a bad album.
Yeah, I'd also give it a 4. It's bad, but it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. And there's moments where I would say that I dig it.
I'd probably give it a 5 if it were like 40 minutes.
Yeah, I would have given it a 3 or maybe even a 2 if it wasn't for Howlin' For You.
You cut out the end.
Howlin' For You, I bumped it up a point.
Ah, okay. Yeah, meanwhile, I'd say Recovery's like, I want to say a 7.
Yeah, I would give it like a decent or a strong 6.
Yeah, I'm leaning more to 6 than 8, I will say.
Fair.
But there were plenty of songs that I like, and I didn't actively dislike any of the songs, so.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't actively dislike any songs on Recovery either. I guess I also didn't actively dislike any songs on Brothers, but that's also because there's not enough for me to differentiate them to dislike any one compared to the other.
Yeah, that's fair. So, yeah, with that, we have made it all the way back to 2025, unfortunately.
Yep. Turn off your Friendster. Turn off your map hook.
Yep.
Get back your Labubus and your Dubai chocolates.
I still don't know what either of those are.
Good. Avoid knowing as long as you can get away with. And, so, would you like to announce the next episode?
Yep, so episode 10, since it's another multiple of 5, we're going back to Sonic Youth and Swans.
Ooh, the Foundational Tech series continues.
Yep, and this time we are covering the albums that brought these bands into the 90s.
Mm-hmm. The big 90s with Sonic Youth's Dirty.
That was Goo.
Goo? No, it was.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing Dirty.
No, we changed it, remember?
Oh, that's right. Okay, well, we're doing Goo Dirty. We're doing Goo.
Yeah, and
it's late. We're very tired.
Yeah, and for Swans, it's White Light from the Mouth of Infinity.
All right, and I am very excited to tackle that one.
I am too. I'm gonna save all my thoughts for that. But I already talked about how much I love White Lights before. So.
Well, and now we'll get it officially on the record.
Yep.
All right. So this was episode 9 of the Foxx and the Mage podcast.
Yep. My name is Mageclick.
My name is Foxx Navarro.
And we will see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.